Welcome to the first video of this training. So here we have Blender when you open it for the first time. And so we will work with the version 4.4 here. And we will look at the interface. But first of all, when you open Blender for the first time here, you have some preferences that you can import for the last versions if you want. Here, so I have Blender 4.2 that is installed in my computer. I will just keep the preferences by default here. So you can create new preferences here. You have the language here, the theme, the key map, and we will keep everything here by default, okay? So I will just save new preferences here. And I will have my splash screen here with my last maybe files that I did open or new files that I can open as well. And quick access to the manual and things like that. Okay, we will click somewhere and we will have Blender's interface here. So first of all, we will notice that we have different layouts here. Okay, and all these layouts are made for specific tasks. So here we have the modeling layout, the sculpting layout, the UV editing layout, texture paint, shading, animation, rendering, compositing, geometry nodes, and scripting. Okay, and we have the main layout, the one that we will use mostly. Okay, this one is a kind of mix between modeling stuff and here animation a little, and you can make a lot of things here already, so that's why you are here by default. And this is the one that we will explore first deeply. Like this you will know a little how it works. So here we have the collections here, and you can select the objects. By default we have 3 objects here. You can select it in the 3D view as well. So you have 3 objects: the camera, the cube, the light. All Blender new files will start with that. Okay, so here we have the properties when you can check the render engines, the output here, all of that, the view layer, the scenes. You have a few options here that are related to the object that you will select. For example, if I have a cube here, you will have a few different options that are only for mesh objects here. But if I take the lamp here, you can see that these options will change, and you can manage different options like the light here, the power of the light, and the color of the light, for example. And the same for the camera, it has different options. Okay, so the first here until here, it will not move. Okay, but if you select an object here, you can see that the rest will always move. Okay, so the first ones are related to the file and the other are related to the selection. Here we have the animation here, the timeline. So you can see the number of frames and the play button, the stop button, come back to the beginning, go to the end. Okay, so here we will discover that into the animation section. We will have a full chapter about it. And for this, we will keep it like that. Okay, and we have the main 3D view. We will have a full video about the 3D view here, but mainly it's here that you will do the modeling, the animation, a lot of things. And so that's it for this. Here we have the menu. So with this menu, you can just open new, select, for example, the import options, export options. If you need append, will let you append some part of other files if needed as well. And the save as, everything that you have in other softwares with the shortcuts as well that are here and that you can change if needed. You have the edit here, when you can repeat, when you can undo, redo. So it can be really useful. You have the preferences as well. We will have a full video about it. And you have the render tabs. It's where you will render an image or an animation with the camera and the light. For example, if I go there and I make a render image, you can see that I will have another here, another window that will give us the render of the cube from the camera here. Okay, you have the help menu with the manual and everything that can be useful. And by default, we are in object mode here. We have different modes that we will explore during the training. This mode, you can select the objects, you can move, rotate, scale, all the stuff that you will have to do with the objects when you want to make some modeling or organization. And you can use the add to add some new objects here, and the select menu here as well. You can see that all these parts can be a little reorganized. Like for example, if I go there into the limit between two sections like that, I will have the double arrow and can manage this. Or for example, here, if I need more space, or here, if I need more space, for example, to organize things. And you can make something totally user-friendly when you want to change the this interface. For example, you can manage your own interface. For example, here, if I have the double arrow like that, I can make a right click here and make a vertical split like that or like that. Okay, if I have this vertical split here on a 3D view, I will have two 3D views now, and I can manage from a view here and from another view like that. So it can be useful to make some modeling, to have the right side, for example, and the front side. So very useful. And on each corner of each section like that, you can see that you have a little here arrow that you can click. And when you click it, you have a full options, a lot of options here that you can use. For example, here we could use the UV editor. So it's kind of 2D view here. Or you can use the video sequencer if you want to make some videos, or come back to the 3D view here. So you can make your own interface. And when you make your own interface, you can, for example, duplicate this interface. Okay. And you can rename it. For example, I will call it my layout. Okay. And so now each time I will open Blender, I will have my layout that will be here. So can be useful to manage your own interfaces like that. You can right click on it and delete it if needed. I will just keep by default here. So I will come back. You know, when you see that when you made the split like that, you can come back to it and make a join after. So you can join left, join right, so like that, okay? And you will have the interface that you had before, okay? So it can be very useful. Or if you don't want the timeline, for example, you can come back here and make a join up or join down, for example, to have here only the 3D view. So can be useful to make your own layout. Blender is full of options and full of tasks that you can make yourself. So, and sometimes you will be more interested in modeling, sometimes more in animation, and you will need specific stuff that inside your interface. So it's good to have your own like that. So that's it for the discover of the interface of Blender by default here. We will discover more about these other layouts when we will go into the chapters of the specific tasks that there are for. And into the next video, we will see the preferences here and how to manage good preferences to start with Blender.